The heavens and earth are vast, and time is merciless. Greetings, fellow Taoists, and welcome back to 1991 Review, the place where we discuss the path to the peak of cultivation. In the previous installment, Junior Yuhao was engulfed by a bizarre crimson ray of light, his fate unknown, witnessing her husband in peril. Tang Wudong's heart felt as if pierced by 10,000 arrows. Overcome with fury, she roared, activating her seventh soul ring, manifesting the majestic bright dragon god butterfly true body. In an instant, her form transformed into a heaven-shaking streak of purple light, the golden trident divine insignia flashing on her brow. She unleashed her divine abilities, ignoring the myriad of magical attacks, desperately piercing through the void to land on the precipice. Meanwhile, within Yuhao's personal necromantic demi-plane, Su Sanshi, Jiang Nannan, and their fellow disciples, along with more than 10 titled adepts from the Star Luo Empire, were meditating and awaiting orders. Yuhao's plan was incredibly audacious. To act as bait himself, infiltrate the stronghold alone, and then open a spatial passage to unleash this entire elite army, executing a devastating surprise attack. However, Jiang Nannan, with her keen intuition, quickly sensed something was wrong. She deduced that the dark passage Yuhao had left behind was meant to be an escape route, but it led back to the safe main camp, not a place of peril. This could only mean one thing. Yuhao had already planned for a suicidal battle, resolved to sacrifice himself alone. Returning to main battlefield, after forcibly withstanding that heaven-shaking blow, Yuhao felt as if 10,000 demons were devouring his heart. Countless vengeful spirits were tearing apart his physical body and his primordial spirit. Just as his consciousness was about to dissipate and his spiritual sea was on the verge of collapse, a stream of ultimate cold energy suddenly burst forth from his heart. His entire body instantly condensed armor of black dragon scales, repelling all the encroaching dark energy. At this very critical moment, deep within the Star Douluo Great Forest, the surface of the Lake of Life suddenly boiled, and a colossal dark dragon head rose to the sky. Its golden eyes were now streaked with blood, its killing intent soaring to the heavens. Tian let out a roar that shook the 9 heavens, spitting out a mouthful of resentful and bloodthirsty energy. It turned out that it was this beast god who had, from 10,000 miles away, unleashed a great divine ability to forcibly absorb that killing blow, saving Yuhao's life. Thus, just a few breaths later, Yuhao's battered body fell down the precipice, only to be caught by Tang Wudong, who had just rushed over. Immediately, the necromantic gate opened wide. The Douluo adepts and the Shrek team all appeared. The great war to exterminate the evil beings officially began. Adept Xian Ji opened the mysterious mechanism umbrella, becoming impervious to all techniques. Adept Giant Hammer swung his divine hammer, unleashing the great divine ability, hitting the bowl through the mountain, shattering countless defensive formations on the Demon Mountain. Notably, Adept Star Shatterer, a supreme expert, manipulated the laws of space to create a purple black hole. It devoured all the enemy's attacks. Then he reversed it, causing it to detonate and create chaos. He then used a spatial ability to lead the entire team directly into Mountain's core, heading towards a final objective. The group moved inside the mountain, but were still detected and attacked by a beam of the Death God's light, which pierced through the rock, aiming straight for a vital point. Yuhao's spiritual sense was astonishing. He reacted in an instant, pulling Adept Giant Hammer out of the way just in time. The group knew they could no longer hide, deciding to break out of the mountain and fly straight to the summit. However, the summit was eerily empty, without a single demon soldier in sight. There was only the Death God Demon Tower, radiating a strange crimson glow. Finally, the true mastermind appeared. A mysterious woman in a dark red blood robe slowly stepped out of the void. Her voice carried an endless magical allure, yet was filled with contempt for all living beings. This venerable one was just wondering how some little mice managed to pass through my spiritual sense barrier. It turns out to be a junior proficient in the way of the soul. Very good. My Death God Tower is currently lacking a few powerful primordial spirits to stand guard. Collecting all of you will be just perfect. As her words fell, the law followed. A world-shaking blood-red light enveloped the heavens and earth, instantly suppressing and completely sealing Adept Star Shatterer's spatial laws. 9 Dao rings, 6 black and 3 red, slowly materialized beneath her feet. Facing a true extreme-level adept, all the experts fell into despair. At this moment, Yuhao boldly stepped forward, the divine eye of destiny on his brow opening wide. He looked directly at the woman and, surprisingly, clasped his hands respectfully. "Senior Yi, why must you go to such lengths?" Just those 3 words, Senior Yi, caused the woman whose aura had been soaring to heavens to tremble violently. Her voice became mournful. "Who are you? How do you know this venerable one's surname is Yi?" She immediately struck out. A colossal, blood-red hand shattered all layers of defense, easily grabbing Yuhao and pulling him in front of her. The 12 adepts attacked simultaneously, but all their divine abilities and soul skills were deflected by her protective domain, unable to cause any harm whatsoever. Despite being restrained, Yuhao remained unusually calm. He looked directly into her eyes and said in a deep voice, "Senior Yi, your esteemed name, is it Xishui? This junior is a disciple of Elder Mu. It must be known that this woman was a sworn enemy, and also the former lover of the great power, Dragon God Douluo. Hearing Hua Yuhao mention Muin's name, Xishui's state of mind indeed wavered, and she agreed to spare his life. But just as he turned to leave, she suddenly turned hostile, striking out and grabbing his neck from behind. Her face became demented, and her venomous voice rang out, "Just now, this venerable one truly did not want to kill you. But I suddenly remembered the heartlessness of that old dog Mu-En towards me. I hate him. His disciple has been delivered right to me. So how could I not kill him? Little whelp. You can only blame yourself for choosing the wrong master." As she spoke, Xishui's attack distorted space itself, causing all rescue attempts by the other titled Douluos to fail. At that critical moment, with his life hanging by a thread, Yuhao's body suddenly transformed, dissolving into a wisp of black mist before recondensing in midair. Now, the person standing there was no longer Hua Yuhao. His hair grew long, his skin turned pale, and his eyes turned pure gold. An ancient, primordial, and incomparably tyrannical pressure from a fierce beast of the primordial era exploded outwards, shocking everyone present. Immediately after, he spoke in a booming voice. "Xishui? Very good. I did not expect that on this continent. There are still humans who can cultivate to this level." It turned out that the beast god Tian had used a great divine ability to forcibly possess Hua Yuhao's body. And so, the earth-shattering battle between the two extreme-level adepts officially began. What will be the earth-shattering outcome of this battle? Will Tian permanently possess his body? How will Xishui face this primordial aura? This concludes episode 124 of Peerless Tang Sect. If you fellow Daos found today's Dao discussion useful and wish to follow the next installment, please do not hesitate to add spiritual energy and form a good karmic bond subscribe with 1991 Review. Most importantly, please leave your insights comment below so we can analyze them together. Your support and recognition are the greatest motivation for this humble platform to continue on this path. Bidding farewell, and see you fellow Daos in the next breakdown.